Hello, welcome to One Spot Stitch Nook. So I am going to be starting one of the fall collections of the cottage series, and we are drifting into something that was highly anticipated. Here's a little swatch I did. That's an older one, but anyway, it's going to be Acorn. And opposed to doing, I'm in a little bit mood to switch things up. I've been doing some different constructions, and I've been really in a mood for more fall, denser garments instead of the airy cardigans I've been doing. So a hoodie is my main idea. I really want to do a hoodie, and I think Acorn would look great as a hoodie. And the other option is a baby tee optional, sleeves. I've done a version like this before, particularly in the sunflower, and a bit similar to the apple one. The apple one had a lower bodice, which this could be. But I'm leaning no because the bodice takes quite a bit of work and I would have to take a lot of pictures and do that all. So I'm in a little bit of mood of something a little easier. So I definitely want this. People seem to want this, so this will probably happen. But we're starting with this one since a lot of it will be very repetitive and I would like to feel some progress in my pattern making, but also want something that I don't need to spend excessive amounts of focus on. So with that in mind, this is the first point we're starting at. And here are my colors. Beautiful fall palette. Now, initially, whoops, I did a swatch here. There are two swatches in here. And I settled with the idea of I just wanted a little more textured and not a simple half double crochet or single crochet. And this gives it still some airiness. So good kind for the fall and spring, but not too dense, and I like texture better than the very solid crochet stitches. But my mom was pretty convinced this wasn't the color to go with, and said to go lighter. And since I've already kind of done a cream, and I think I'm going to be using cream or ivory in the leaf collection, I found that I did have this gold. It's called Citron Dream Pearl Spun Low Pill Fiber. And it is also a thicker yarn, so that kind of goes well for a hoodie design. So that'll probably be the base you see here. So that's going to be the base. And what I'm deciding now, so we're going to have like 3D acorns at the little drawstrings and an applique. I don't know if I'm going to do anything else very acorn about this. I like this one to be a little more subtle. And so I'm deciding trim colors because I'm going to start from the bottom. So I need to kind of decide that now. And my obvious thought was to go, well, we'll do brown. And that reflects into the acorns. But then I realized that only leaves the leaf, which would only even be one leaf potentially, to be green. Is that enough? No. Some options. Obviously, swap this out for green, and the main brown would just be in the acorns. Do I like that? I don't know. Another option is to add for the little tube where the drawstring will go. That can be a different color, either brown or green. I don't know if that'll look good. If it did, I'm pretty much leaning towards brown, but then is it silly to have green down here? I don't know. Another option is just on the this pencil doesn't have any more lead. Let's see. There we go. I could add just little bits of trim here on the edges and make those green. Sorry, I don't have my colored pencils with me. Which I'm leaning toward that option most to keep it kind of still subtle. And maybe just I could also make the cord green. That's actually a good idea. I didn't think of that before. Which that might be enough. So, and I don't have to do this till much later, so we can see how it looks. But yeah, I'm going to do a poll to get an idea, but I'm leaning towards the brown for now. Okay, so this has been working up really nice and quick, and I'm enjoying the kind of chunkiness of it. It's really getting me in the mood for the fall season. And yeah, so I have done the sections I mentioned. I went ahead and did the ribbing. That worked up nice and quick because the yarn was kind of chunky. And now I just worked up the establishing row, the row that included skipping one instead of skipping a chain. And so now that I've taken pictures and written down the third row here, that's going to be the repeat row. So essentially I've done what I needed to today. So I think I am going to take a break. I wanted to get this done while I still had light, but now I need to do some schoolwork. So just have a quick update. So yes, while I've gotten a lot of work done, it's all been pretty simple. So basically just two things of note. One was I did attempt to taper in the sides a bit because when I was putting it on, it felt like so big. And this is supposed to be a size up for me and kind of oversized anyway, and that was the vision. But I was like, oh, it's too much. So it would work to decrease it. But one, I decreased at too fast of a rate and for 2 rounds, like over 2 rounds was how I did the decreases, which is bringing in these V's into, you take 2 V's and put them into one basically. And that happened over 2 rows. Then I did 2 rounds of regular rows and then another round of the decrease rows. The decreases were very obvious, and since the second row also didn't quite align very well with them, it looked a little odd, but I was like, it's fine. But the benefit of having it tapered in on me wasn't actually that good, and it was also too tapered. So I would have to go back and taper in differently anyway. And then I decided, no, let's go back to the original vision of having it very boxy structure. So we will see if that turns out to be a good decision. And I have broken off for the front, the back panel. And so the second thing to note is, since we've been going in the rounds, and now I broke off and we're going back and forth, the texture is slightly different. As much as I tried to align that the V's still go into the V's, the in between the V's is actually where we're having a different texture, because the chain turns so that the little under bump likes to look to the back. But when I'm working on the wrong side, that means the back is pointing towards now the right side. And so that looks different than before, where it just looks like, honestly, just like lines, like a ladder in between the V's. Now there's just more texture, and it is slight that I didn't notice it quite at first, and then I'm like, okay, but when you do look, you're going to notice it. Is that going to be bothersome? And it doesn't, it kind of can look stylistically good, and it is a nice texture, but that it's so slight looks like it might be a mistake, which it was. I didn't realize that would happen. But it would be different than, it's say, if I went, okay, full half double crochets or something to make this solid, whereas this is more textured and has kind of in between holes. That would look more stylistically like I chose to make it different. Once we reach the upper panels, front are going to have the same thing. But I think it's okay. My mom said, I had her look at it and like, tell me if you see a problem. And it took her a good while to be looking it over until she's like, it changes here. So it is slight, and as well as it can, I think it's fine that the upper part has a different look to it. If it bothers anyone, the way to fix it would either be, again, make a very drastic change that you do solids instead. That's an easy adaptation because the stitch count would be the same. Instead of chains, you would just have a stitch, or you would have to cut at each end, and then you'd have a bunch of ends to weave here, which I've done that for one garment because it was kind of necessary, but it's not necessary for this. This is way too many rounds to have that much bulk of ends to work with. That's ridiculous. So I'm keeping it. We're good. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more. I'm losing my voice. I've already done some updates on some other videos. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more rows on the back panel, and then I'm going to be taking pictures and doing the notes for the front panels this morning. Or it's already afternoon. Today, while I still have light, I'm going to be working on the front panels at least today. And then maybe we'll work on sleeves. I don't know. Maybe the hood. I don't know what I'm going to start on next. But yeah, that's the update. doing? What you doing? So, I forgot that I was recording about this, and I've just been steam rolling ahead. So I've already gotten the body, both the arms done. The arms turned out to be really simple, very straight, so just attached them to it. And I've been trying to figure out the hood, which I attempted a separate hood because I definitely wanted to be round for it, but that wasn't looking good. And so I'm attempting this method where I attach it and then we'll split it here to then extend outwards or decrease in the back and then sew that up. So we'll see how that goes. We're nearly there. So next will be a pocket, but I don't know if I have enough yarn for it. I'm probably gonna have to go shopping for that. And then the I-cord around the hood here and just some embellishments. And so that the hoodie has gone really well. So I'm going to be able to have this testing here pretty soon. If it weren't for the yarn, I could probably do it this week, but might be next week or something like that. I've also started on some other projects, but I'll probably do some updates on that later. I just really realized just now, I was like, oh man, I was supposed to be recording all that. And I haven't been, so just a quick update to show you where we're at. It's evening, lighting's horrible, so sorry about that. Woo! So good news, we have acquired more yarn.
Coffee in my hand. Morning starts so slowly in our sleepy land. Raindrops keep on dancing, rhythm soft and slow. Warmth inside this cafe where dreams come and go. Coffee on a rainy day, bringing light to cloudy gray. Sip away the blues and stay. Coffee on a rainy day. Faces passing by me, strangers on their way. In my little corner, hope they find their day. Steam that curls and whispers, a comforting embrace. Lost in thoughts of wonder in this cozy space. Moments that are fleeting in this gentle rain. Every drop a story, peace in mundane.
Okay, we are moving right along. So I've made the little cute acorn I-cord that's going to be going through the hood. And so the hood, what I did was I single crocheted the base row and then, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of half double crochet to basically get this long trim. And then I'm folding it over with the I-cord inside, like laid inside. I fold it over it and I'm sewing that down to create the tube. So we are working on that right now. Where did I had my, oh, here it is. Sorry, just lost track of that. So I'm just sewing that up and we are basically going to have the base done. Then I just need to do the pocket. So we should be able to do pattern testing pretty soon. This is going along really nice. see, I finished the majority of the hoodie. I wanted to kind of show it as a more the base if you just kind of want to keep it at this point, but I will be going in and I make a little appliques to add to the pocket just as a final touch to bring the original vision to life. So I got two kind of leaves, and then I was going to do flat acorns, but my mom convinced me to do the three-dimensional ones, and I'm really happy with it. I think it came out together beautifully. It is now in testing, and so when I release this, the pattern will be out, so do look out for that.